Hi friends, today's video I'm focusing in different way. Uh, so very beginner level guys, it will be very useful this one. So the motto is mainly how to approach and solve interview questions or any SQL scenario based questions uh, to solve easily, like step by step guide. So most of them are asking like, oh, uh, they're confusing. So confusing called as mainly difficulty to understand the question while solving the problem. Okay, so this is the uh, whoever feel the difficulty to solve the question, or whoever to feel the difficulty to understand the question to solve the problem. So this video is very useful to the that guys. Okay, so mainly so how to approach and solve SQL interview question or SQL scenario based question or SQL query. Okay, so first of all, before going to the detail, so if you take any problem, first understand the problem. Let me, okay. So just think the problem, understand, and the problem, once you understand, the problem will break into chunks. So little small parts you have to break it. So you have to solve the problem step by step, like each and every part, each and every chunk wise, you have to solve it. So that is the best solution. Not only the SQL or any scenario. If you take any Power BI problem statement or any data analyst problem statement, or any if you write any program, Python program also, not only these scenarios, in real life situations also, if you face any problem, so how we can solve that problem? So first we had to think that problem. We had to understand the problem statement. After understanding the problem statement, then we had to divide the problem statement into smaller parts like chunks. After that, you had to solve each and every chunk wise, then merge it. Okay. So let's think the in our scenario I'm talking about with those. Step one is mainly to understand the question. That is, you have to understand your problem statement. So after understanding the problem statement called as mainly, first take your time to read the question carefully. So you have to read the question 2 to 3 times if you're not understanding the question also, or else the question also you have to break it small parts and first understand the question. So what the question is asking for, the output or result. Okay, the tables or data involved. So what are all the tables are involved, what are all the data we are applying. So first, after understanding the problem statement, so for this problem statement, what are all the tables are relating. So check with the tables and understand the table structure. After understanding the table structure, note down with the columns. So what are all the columns are available in the that particular table, and for our problem statement, what are all the tables and what are all the columns are required, we have to note down. That is the step number one. And next step is any conditions or filters to apply, that we have to note down conditions. So conditions or filters called as, so what are all the, for example, we have to apply with the so find the employees example I'm saying. So if the question is like find the employees earning more than their managers, so focus on so more than their manager salary. So that is we have to apply with the condition. Okay, so step number two is mainly break it into small steps. Okay, so break it into small steps called as split the problem into smaller manageable tasks. Okay, so this helps to avoid confusion and solve one part at a time. So example, for example, this same problem, first identify the employee details like names and salaries, and identify that is manager details linked to employees. So linked to employees called as, so who first identify with the employee details, names and salaries, that is fine, employee name and employee salary. Then you can find with manager details like manager is reporting to sorry, employee is reporting to manager, like linked employees. Okay, and compare their salaries. So that is the way we have to solve. And step three is visualize the tables. So let's check with the table. So what are all the data is there in the inside. So take some sample data, 5 to 10 records first. Don't go the bulk data. So take the sample data and visualize the data. So if possible, you have to draw or imagine the tables mentioned in the question. Okay, so note down column names, relationships between the tables. First, understand the column names. What all the columns are available in the table, and relationships also you have to understand between the tables. So, example, foreign keys like manager ID. Okay, so this way we have to understand. Next, the tip is here. It's easier to solve if you have a clear picture of the data structure. So, if you are not understanding the data, we can't solve the problem. Okay, that is the step 3. And step 4 is mainly write the pseudocode. So, write the pseudocode called as mainly before jumping into SQL, think logically about how to solve the problem in plain language. So for your understandable language, okay. So you have to think logic. So first step number 1, for example, in this case, find the employees earning more than their managers. Okay. So this one, how we can solve? So let's write the logically. So first step number 1 is select the employees and their details. Select the employees and their details. So like this, you can write the steps. Second part is join. So join the employee table with itself to match employees to their managers, like that. And step 3. So step 3 is apply the filter. After joining, apply the filter. So salary greater than manager salary, like this. So this helps you can plan the SQL query structure. Then step 5, write the SQL query step by step. So step by step is start writing the SQL query in parts. Don't try to do everything at once. So example query is, so employees earning more than their managers. So first list the employees and their managers. Okay. So you have to list the employees called as first write with the select part. Select from table name. So table name is employees. Okay. So before this, I'm explaining this one. First, I will go with the table. So first, I'll do the one thing. I'll drop the table and I will create the table again. So here I considered the table employee ID, employee name, employee salary. So this is employee details and manager ID. So manager ID is some, okay. And here you can understand. So manager also one of the employee only. Okay. So we had to insert some data. So that is, I'm considering here Alice, Bob, Charlie, Diana, you. So let's insert this data. I'll do once again. Let's create the table and insert the data. Okay, I have inserted data. Now we have to write the this one. So step number 5 we are writing. So write the SQL step by step. That is, so first list the employees and their managers. So I'll do one thing. So first join. So join called as, so here we have one table only. Within the table only employees and managers. So if you like with employees E, okay, so employee E dot employee name, okay, E dot salary, E dot employee ID. I will get the employee ID, employee name, and employee salary. So this is employee details. Okay, I'll write here first E dot employee ID, E dot employee name, E dot salary. So this is only for employee details. If I execute this part, I am getting with 5 records only employee details. Now I want manager details. Okay, so in this one only I listed with employees, and for this employee I want manager also. So manager means, so manager ID I know. So if I know the manager ID, I will find with the manager name. Okay, that is, for example, if you here I will tell uh, here I will write select from employee. So this is the table, right? This one I'm giving with M alias name. If I give M dot employee name, so I'll get with so employee name as manager name. Okay. manager name. So if I execute this one, I'll get the manager name. So Alice, Bob, Charlie, Diana. So same thing I'll apply here. So I'll join with this one, self join, like join employees M. Here I will write as like M dot employee name as manager name. Okay. And once I get with the manager name, same salary also for the same, right? M dot salary. This one as manager salary. Okay. So here I have joined with employees E, join employees M. Now I have to write the condition, join condition. So join condition is mainly for employee dot manager ID. Manager ID equals to M dot employee ID. Let's try this one. Manager IDs. Okay, let's try this one first. Okay, I'm getting this all the details. So now employee ID I know for employee name. So employee name is reporting to manager is Alice. Charlie reporting to Alice. Diana reporting to Bob. Eve reporting to Bob. Now I know employees and managers also. Now our question is employees earning more than their manager salary. So employee earning, for example, Bob earning 60,000. His manager earning 70,000. So this is not the condition true. So because 60,000 greater than 70,000 false. Similarly, Charlie. So Charlie reporting to Alice 50,000, 70,000. This is condition false. Diana 40,000 and Bob 60,000. So this condition also false. You 45,000. Bob is 60,000. This condition also false. So this way we have to check with the what we say to check with the query logic. Okay. And one more thing here, you have to identify the relationship in the data. So here relationship called as, for example, Alice. Okay. Alice has any managers? No. Okay. So if you check with this data, Alice has no manager, null. Okay. And Bob is reporting to 1. 1 means Alice. Next, Charlie reporting to 1. So Charlie also reporting to Alice. Next, Diana reporting to 2. That is Bob. Eve is reporting to 2. That is Bob. So this way you can identify the relationship in the data. And second thing is query logic also. So query logic is, here I am writing the condition. So what condition I have written? Join the employee dot manager ID equals to manager dot employee ID. That is match the employees. Okay. After then you can compare the salary. So compare salary called as employee salary greater than manager salary to find the employees. That is to find the employees earning more than their managers. Okay. So up to this one, fine. So this step number 5, that is clear. I'm not going deep to confuse. Next, step number 6 is you have to test with your query. Okay. So test with your query called as, so you have to run the query on sample data to check if the output is correct or not. So here in this case, the tip is, if you get an error, check for typos or any join conditions or any missing columns. That way you have to check. So for example, if I run this query, I'm getting output. So there is no error. For example, if I run manager dot manager ID, employee dot employee ID, how I am getting the result? Okay. So something different. Okay. See here, the salary is employee salary. I'm getting 70,000. Manager salary 60,000. Alice is reporting to Bob. Little bit changing. Okay. So employee dot and manager dot. So this is the step number 6 is you have to test your query. And step number 7 is, so once you have to run the query, you have to optimize. So here test the query called as, so same thing, we'll write the condition here. So here condition is mainly to apply with the filter. I'll copy this entire thing. Test your query where e dot salary greater than manager dot salary. Okay. So this is the filter condition. So if I run this one, I'm not getting any output because of Here there is no condition is to be satisfied. Okay, already I told to you. So if you execute this one, this is the result. So 60 greater than 70,000, 50,000 greater than this one. So employee salary greater than manager salary. Okay. So here, if you consider as analysis of the data called as, for example, if you consider as Bob. Okay. So Bob reports to Alice. So Alice earns 70,000 and Bob earns 60,000. So there is no match. So then condition is failed. So the query logic is correct, but the data setup not properly. So I'll do one thing here in this stage. I'll remove this data, and again I'll create the table. I'll insert this data and check now. See, I'm getting, if you look into that is Charlie, employee ID 3, Charlie getting salary 80,000 greater than 70,000. Okay, so this condition is true. And Diana 90,000 and 60,000. So our output is Charlie and Diana. Let's see. Okay, Charlie and Diana, we are getting this one. Okay, so this way we have to try in different ways. So step number 7, optimize your query. So once the query is to be works, see if it can be simplified or made more efficient. For example, use select distinctive if there are any duplicates or any indexes if the data is large. Okay, that is the step number 7. And step number 8, practice regularly. So the more questions you solve, the more confident you will feel confident. So start with simpler problems and gradually try complex ones. Okay. And finally, the mindset tips called as, so finally I'll say as, so don't panic. So if you're not understanding the problem, again, you have to read and confidently you have to understand the problem. Even experienced professionals take time to analyze the questions. So first ask yourself questions like, what do I need to find? What data do I have? So practice explaining your approach to someone else. It helps clarify your thinking. So this is the way the structured approach to solve the SQL problems will become much easier over time. Okay. So just I'm giving the overall summary of this video. So video is mainly just how to approach and solve the SQL interview questions, step-by-step guide, like beginner level. So step number 1 is my suggestion. First, understand the question. Second step is break it into small steps. Third step is visualize the tables. Fourth step is write the pseudocode called as logic thinking. And step number 5 is write the SQL query step by step. Step number 6, test the query and optimize the query, practice, and this one. So finally, I'm saying don't panic if you're not understanding the question. So if you're panic, you are not getting the question also. You are not understanding the question also if you're panic. Okay. So try to be cool and understand the problem. That problem you can optimize way, you can break it into small chunks. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. This video is only for beginner level video only. Whoever are the SQL experts, these are not SQL experts. Okay. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like the content. Thank you.